David found it challenging to reacclimate to work after his 2 week vacation. He struggled to readjust to his routine and responsibilities, finding the transition back to the office very difficult. He felt as if another soul was slowly being siphoned by fluorescent lights and endless meetings. "I don't think I can do this anymore," he mumbled to his wilting desk plant, a silent confidant in his quiet despair. Every day he yearned for something more, a purpose beyond quarterly reports and the stale office air. On a brutally difficult Tuesday, after an unsparing performance review that felt less like feedback and more like a personal attack, David hit his breaking point. He didn't quit with a dramatic flourish. He just walked out. No 2 weeks' notice, no angry resignation, just a quiet exit from the gilded cage. His initial days of freedom were a chaotic mix of relief and panic. He tried everything to fill the void: pottery classes, shattered dreams, competitive bird watching, too many binoculars, and even an ill-fated attempt at dog grooming. Let's just say Fido looked more abstract than Poodle. Through it all, a gnawing emptiness persisted. One rainy afternoon, seeking shelter from both the downpour and his escalating anxiety, David stumbled into a small bookstore. He wasn't looking for anything in particular, but a warm, unassuming book titled The Unfolding Path seemed to call to him. It wasn't about career changes or financial success, but about inner peace and healing past wounds. David had always bottled up emotions, pushing down the hurt from a challenging upbringing. He felt the sting of past failures and the constant pressure to conform. This book became his unlikely guide. He started small, meditating for 5 minutes a day, building up to an hour. He began journaling, writing down fears he hadn't known he harbored and dreams he long suppressed. He revisited old relationships, offering apologies and seeking forgiveness, while also learning how to show himself compassion. He even found the strength to forgive his parents for their emotional and physical unavailability. It was messy, uncomfortable work, confronting years of unspoken pain and self-doubt. David spent hours a day in quiet reflection, most days in the back seat of his car, allowing himself to feel and truly heal. As he shed the emotional baggage, something shifted. A deep-seated joy, long buried, began to surface. He started to recall memories of cooking when he was younger, concocting meals with whatever was in the kitchen. He would wake his little sister Robin up in the middle of the night a few times a week, just to taste test his dish. He knew if he could get her to like it, that he'd created something special. Now in his own kitchen, he found himself drawn to it, not as a chore, but as a sanctuary. He started experimenting, intuitively combining flavors, creating dishes that surprised even himself. His first attempt at a roasted chicken was a disaster, but his second, pure magic. He discovered a rhythm in chopping, a dance in sautéing, a symphony in plating. The kitchen, once just a place for microwaved meals, now became his canvas. David started hosting pop-up dinners in his small apartment. The aroma of his soulful dishes wafted through the neighborhood. Friends, initially skeptical of his newfound culinary passion, were soon raving about his cooking. Word spread. He wasn't just cooking food, he was pouring his healed spirit into every bite, and people could taste the difference. The more authentic David became, the more he healed others through his food. David didn't just give food away, he also found a way to inspire some of the fatherless kids in his community, offering not just sustenance, but also hope and a path towards their own well being. His journey was anything but linear. It was a winding road of self discovery, fueled by vulnerability and a willingness to confront his inner demons. From corporate despair to accidental cookbook author, David's path was a roller coaster of emotions, sometimes crazy with joy and pure bliss, and other times heavy with fear and sadness. But all in all, it was beautiful and utterly his own. He realized his life purpose wasn't just to cook, but to heal through food, to share the joy and love he had meticulously cultivated within himself.